Do you want the same Sentry protection that a Tesla has where it's recording while you walk away? Well, it's not really the same, but for 200 bucks you can get the ring installed on any vehicle. We install it on this Tacoma, and it actually is pretty sweet. You get notifications like when people steal packages off your porch from Amazon. So, hey, if you're looking for a security package, this is way better than a car alarm. Check it out. We're going to do a quick install, tell you what we think about it, and do a follow-up video in the future. Hey, welcome. We're going to install this Ring car cam in this 2015 Tacoma. But when you get this thing out of the box, it's going to give you a QR code, and it's going to tell you the install instructions to get started. First, if you don't have a Ring account, you'll have to create a Ring account. So the way this thing works is it uses an OBD-II adapter. So that means any car that you have to run diagnostics on and see if it has a problem has this pin underneath the dash or in the glove box or somewhere around it. So on this Tacoma, it's right up underneath the dash, and we're gonna go plug this in, and then this goes to our camera, and that's essentially it. Every car has one of these ports that you can plug in and run diagnostics on them. They're in all kinds of different types of locations, so depending on what type of car you have, just Google it and figure out where the dumb thing's at. Most of the time they have a little plastic cover that says OBD-II, or you go to AutoZone and they'll just point it out for you. I'm sure they'll be super nice to do that. There's a weird little blue tool. We're gonna use this to stuff the wire down behind the dash. But the first things first is getting your Ring account all set up. So go in, get your Ring account all set up, all ready to go. And once you get through that, you're gonna plug this thing in, hook it up, hopefully around Wi-Fi to get this thing set up. I'm doing this in my garage, or if you're out in your driveway where you can get a Wi-Fi signal, that's the best. This can actually use a cellular signal, so that's what I'm actually going to use this at my work with the cellular signal, but it's about $60 a year to do that, supposedly. And hopefully they don't raise their prices on that. If your car's sitting for too long, it won't use power. If it's using too much power and it's drawing too much, it'll shut itself off completely. So it's a pretty smart little feature. It's kind of expensive. This was $210. So I'm hoping it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to give you my, my 2 cents on it, not that it's worth anything. So let's take a look where the OBD-II is on this truck. And right up under there, oh look, it says OBD-II. All you gotta do is pop this off, and bam, that's our little cover right there. That's where we just came from. So my Ring just lit up blue, so that's a good sign. All I gotta do now is take this power, connect this, run it up to my dash, and take this camera and put it up here. So this is a pretty ingenious little design here. This just goes boop right up in your dash like that. It has your camera facing that way, camera facing this way, all the different sensors. But that's pretty much it. And then all we're gonna do is boop, 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 hide this wire up around the dash, down around the sides, back to our OBD-II, and you're done. So it's really that easy. But first I just kind of want you to set this up and go from here. So once I have this camera plugged into my car like I have here, now it's time to get over to the Ring app and get this sucker set up. So what we're waiting for now is for this light to turn green, and we are good to go. So on the back of this little clip here comes with it if your dash, if it doesn't fit in the dash. So this actually is too thick for the Tacoma, so I'm actually gonna remove this little clip. Mine actually fits in there just fine with this, but if it's too wiggly, you can add that and make it a little bit more bulky. So now we're gonna get a little alcohol pad, clean the windshield off, get it in position, stick it, remove these covers, and we're all ready to rock. Oh, and hide the wire. Now that the dash is dry, this is where this is gonna go into place. I just need to peel off the sticker from the back, get it into place, and position that in. But I also wanna make sure that before I do that, I have my wire tucked. So most of this wiring just lays in there, and it comes with this little tool, so I can stuff that back in there. And this looks kind of janky, but I installed car stereos for 2 years, and this is not at all janky. So I'm actually gonna kind of get it down. There's a little bit of a foam thing here, but this is pretty clever, I'd have to say. Oh, look at that, boom, down behind the dash. So super clever. You can see right here, I can shove that right down. That is top notch. So if you do this yourself, wow, this is not any different than if you had some bozo high school kid over at Best Buy installing it. So this is pretty sweet and easy. So that's it. So on a vehicle like this, I could actually take these 2 covers off here. I could actually pick these out, and it reveals a 10mm screw. I could pull this whole entire A-pillar off of here. Me being so lazy, this wire is so easy, and that little tool they give you, it just tucks right behind the A-pillar. So that's beautiful. So now all I have to do is come to this side. Please don't use those little holders and stick it to the side. This stuff is so easy. Watch, you can just pull your rubber off of it. I don't care what type of car it is. Most of your rubber can actually just pull right off of here, or even simpler than that is I can just pick this rubber up and stick it in there between my fingers and put that. And the little tool that they give you guys is so neat and handy. Don't be afraid to use the other end here. I can just pry that up a little bit of rubber space, and just tuck my wire nice and neat behind here. So I don't have to even yank all my weather stripping off. This is a level -1 on in terms of being difficult to install. Look at, boom, it just installed itself. I dropped the tool and it installed itself. You just pop this rubber seal up, boom, 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 put it behind there, and I got no more wire. No wire here, no wire there, no wire here, nothing. I'm very impressed with that. Also, another thing, this right here, this is a privacy, so if it's not working, that red, I flip this down, now the camera's on, right? So if I'm having a makeout session, I guess is what they're... So underneath here, I've got a zip tie. I'm just gonna take this and keep poking that underneath my kick panel here, and you can see it is going to just disappear. And you can use your little tool here on that. And so then the only thing I wanna make sure I do is I don't have a bunch of loose wire up underneath my thing, so I can use a bread tie or whatever, but I've got a zip tie, and I'm just gonna get all my loose slack, tie that up underneath the dash so I don't have crap hanging down, and we're ready to rock. So I've got the Ring doorbell installed on my truck. I've got it sitting behind me, so we're gonna see if it records me. I have the windows down, what it's gonna be like to go in. It may take a little while after I walk away, so we'll see after I locked it. It picked up my motion very well. It picked up the driving. So far, I'm very happy with it, so only time will tell. So one thing that's funny is protected by Ring audio video recording. The only thing that concerns me about that is I really don't have anything of value in my truck, right? So if somebody sees that and I have nothing of value in my vehicle, they might be like, I bet, what does he have in here? Is he hiding something that he needs, like a Ring protector? So that's my only thing. Without this, it's just an old 2015 Tacoma. There's nothing really special about it. But with it, maybe he's got all kinds of golds and jewelry and amazing things in there. And who cares about if I can see them on video stealing all my jewelry. So this is showing you right here, I'm getting a notification on my phone that I'm walking by, and you can actually see it live. So as you can see right here, you might notice me standing outside of the vehicle. I can walk up, I'm walking in front of it, and it's pretty much real time. You know, as I'm saying it, it's amazing that there's no real lag time. It definitely works for the outside and has some pretty good view on the inside. And it actually does view while you're driving, which is pretty cool. You can actually, if you get pulled over by police, you can say, Alexa, start recording. So it's got a lot of really nice features. It has neighborhood features. It's got a whole bunch of stuff to it that, you know, it's got a lot of features with it. There it is from the outside view, from the inside view. It looks pretty good. I've got no complaints about it. So one thing is you're recording yourself when you're driving. So if you're ditching a bunch of bodies, you probably don't want to buy one of these. It could be damning if you did something accidentally and now they have footage of you in terms of driving bad or under the influence, or Lord only knows, you know. So I guess that's the flip side. You're having kind of like a big brother in your own car. But other than that, I think it's worth it. I'll probably do an update video and let you guys know how it's going in terms of actually driving. I pre-ordered, got this thing early, so hopefully we'll see what it actually does, what it's capable of, the annoyances about it. I didn't do anything with the motion settings. It said to leave it at default and see if you like it first. So we'll see. I'll take it to work, see how it goes. I got the 30 days free for the cellular signal, so we'll see if I want to spend the $60 or whatever that is for a year. But either way, it may be going back to Amazon if it stinks, but so far I think it's pretty cool. And I like having lights and stuff on my dash when I drive it. Makes me feel like my car is newer and nicer than it is. So anyways, we'll see. The install was super easy, a -1 on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, so it was very, very easy to do. Yeah, and it knows that it's a Tacoma through the port, so it's pretty simple setup. I think the hardest thing was just like setting up the Ring app, but if you already have Ring, boom, plug it in and add it to your crap. So if you're one of those tech-savvy people, that's even better. So anyways, that's the Ring camera. It's a little expensive, and we'll see if it's good. I'll do an update video if it sucks or not. So there you go.